Hey everybody, Julie here from Mostly Caffeinated. This is not the video that I meant to put up next. I really intended to have a favorites up for you, kind of summer / moving favorites. However, I am not finding the time to do that yet, and I wanted to throw some content up because it's been a hot while since I uploaded. So what you are getting instead is kind of a chatty, I'm folding my clothes thing. And that's what I'm doing. Right in front of me, down here, is my countertop in my laundry room where I fold my clothes. And I got a clothes basket over here, and I'm making piles. Pretty sure I shared this in a laundry tip a number of months ago, that I fold on a big surface. And I make piles of like items and stuff like that, and then put them all in a basket so I can just lift out a whole pile and put it in my KonMari drawers. I used to have to do this at my dining room table. That's what you saw in my laundry tip. But in our new house, I have a laundry room. It's on the first floor. It's amazing. And it has a surface. So I can do it in here now, which is great. Anyway, while the baby is briefly napping because he's not about that napping recently, I thought I would just chat with you guys a little bit. Like I said, I've got that favorites video upcoming, hopefully, at some point. I don't even have the thing recorded, let's be honest, okay? It's not like it's sitting, waiting to be edited. I don't even edit, okay? I do one take, so that's not the problem. I can't even get it filmed. The other day, I thought for sure I was going to get it done. I had, found a container. I mean, we just moved. I don't know where anything is. But I had found, a basket, and I'd thrown all my stuff in there. I wrote down a list. It's on my tablet here. I wrote down a list of my favorite things that I was gonna talk about in the video, and I threw them all in a basket, and I got my tripod out, and I sat down, and I recorded 3 minutes of video, and the camera memory card was full, and then people woke up screaming. That was Monday. Yeah. So I gotta empty off my memory card, but that's not really what's stopping me. It's the actual, filming time. Screaming. Thought I just heard screaming now. Apparently that was a bird. Screaming children type of thing. That's actually stopping me. And my husband is a teacher, and he just started school this week. So he just now became, not home during the day, which means I just went back to my normal routine. Any stay-at-home moms out there feel me about summer vacation? I mean, my kids aren't in school, so it's not like the lack of my children being gone is throwing me off. I don't know how many people who watch me have husbands who are teachers, or spouses who are teachers. I suppose you could be a stay-at-home dad and watch my videos if you feel like it. But it's like the other spouse being home all summer actually throws off your routine. It's nice in a way. You've got an extra pair of hands. You've got an adult to talk to during the day. That's great. But at the same time, it throws off your routine. He doesn't do things the way I do things. He doesn't value the things that I value. And this is just normal. I mean, this is not oh, my husband's a terrible person. My husband's fantastic. But this is a normal thing, a normal difference, I think, between moms and dads. Or at least it is among the other stay-at-home moms that I've talked to, is that they think different things are important. I am very, anal retentive, really, about where dishes are in the cupboard and how the drawers are in, the clothes, how the clothes are put away in the drawers, how things are folded, where I store things, whatever. I think I spend a lot of time analyzing how every little thing that happens in every place that everything is put away affects everyone and everything. For instance, yesterday I mowed the lawn, and usually I don't mow the lawn. Usually my husband does that. But he was working on the lawn, it was getting really, really long, so I mowed it. And of course I have to mow during nap time. So I intentionally, thought this out and mowed the lawn in the direction of furthest from the kids' rooms to nearest to the kids' rooms, so that if I woke them up with the lawnmower, it would be towards the end of nap time and I would be almost done with the lawn, that kind of thing. My husband doesn't do that. He's like, I need to mow the lawn. He goes out and mows the lawn in whatever, pattern and order he thinks it's best to mow the lawn based on the lawn. And I, took a couple minutes to think through how to do it so I wouldn't wake up the kids. Or like, the playroom will be a mess. I mean, the playroom's a mess every 5 minutes. And I know, and have told him before, that the kids don't play in there when it's a mess. They look in there, they go, oh, I don't see anything to do. And then they just leave. Nap time will start. I'll say something like, the playroom's a mess. And my dear sweet husband goes, oh yeah, but I was gonna mount the TV to the wall while the kids were sleeping. I don't care if the TV never gets mounted to the wall. That is not important. It does not impact my day. I do not use the television when my husband is gone. Plus, you're going to get out a drill, and it's the beginning of nap time. The kids might wake up. No, this doesn't make sense to do. But that's the way he does things. So he got a lot of projects done. He got a lot of things unpacked and a lot of things, moved in and attached to the walls and things. Just not the things I would have gotten done. I mean, I still have boxes. My laundry room has boxes of school supplies that he needs to decide if he wants. My kitchen still has boxes that belong in my office because we don't own we have a dining room table, but we're going to buy a new one. But we haven't managed to make a priority of going to pick out the table because apparently that's not important. It's important to me because we threw away my desk when we moved. And the only place I have to work is the dining room table. It's supposed to become my desk. So I'd like to order a new one because we want to custom order it. It's going to take a month to get done. And I need a desk. I need a place to do my planning, to put the bills, But we haven't done that because we needed to mount the TV and, hook up the video games and sort out the garage and all these things that I just don't find important. Apparently the other day we really, really, really had to take the van in to get an oil change. I would have definitely spent that half an hour and that $20 doing something else, considering we don't drive. We moved 3 blocks from where my husband works. He walks to work every day. I don't drive the kids anywhere. We walk to the post office and the library and the grocery store. We literally don't use the car. But it was more important to get an oil change than to go to the grocery store or play with the kids for half an hour so I could meal plan or, he's got a different set of priorities. And I hear that's very, very normal. I feel like this just turned into a rant. That's terrible. I don't mean to rant about my husband. I just meant to share how summer can affect you as a stay-at-home mom. And it throws off my schedule, but good. I have to run everything that I'm about to do by another human being. That's the downside of the positive of having an adult to talk to. The negative of having an adult to talk to is you're not the only one making the choices. So everything I want to cook or clean or, do, it's like I've got to ask first. By the way, I'm doing this. And then sometimes, you get a less than positive response and you got to reevaluate what you're doing, as opposed to when I'm home by myself. Whatever I think is best is what gets done when I think it's best to do it. And finely tuned things. If the kids didn't nap very well in the morning, then I make sure they get their afternoon nap by being especially quiet and, rearranging my projects so that I'm not doing loud projects during nap time. Stuff like that. It's just different during the summer. And I'm kind of glad that we're back to normal. I'm glad I'm back in control of everything that's going on in my house. I'm the only adult here. I've made a lot of changes since we moved, though. There's been changes in routine for sure. At some point in the future, I'd like to do a video about my routines. I always thought this was silly. I thought this was like not real when I heard people talking about their morning and evening routines. I'm like, yeah, right. You do the same exact thing every morning and every evening. That's, you're just trying to look good on YouTube. No, that's a real thing. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, people who've uploaded these routines videos. It is a real thing. Since moving here, I've been working on kind of an evening and morning routine. Mostly because I've got a little bit more to do here. I've got a little bit more house. As far as like space. Not rooms. I don't have more rooms. I just have more space. But distracted trying to sort laundry. But I've got some carpet. I did not have carpet at my old house. So I need to vacuum now. And as long as I need to vacuum, I bought a cool vacuum. I got a Shark cordless vacuum. Because I thought about myself and I said, if I am going to vacuum, it's going to be cordless. I will vacuum way more often if I have a cordless vacuum. And it's true, I vacuum every single day now. Instead of sweeping my hard surface floors once a week, because sweeping takes forever. And my floors were always kind of gritty and no. I just vacuum. Every single night I vacuum. And I can even do it when the kids are up. This genius vacuum does not terrify my children or the dog. I can do it when they're sleeping. I can do it when they're awake. Anytime. So I vacuum every day now. That's like one additional thing. I never used to have to do that. I never vacuumed at all. And my husband and I decided on a dishes philosophy because last year, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but last year when he had to commute, 3 hours out of it every day, we had a deal that the only chore he had to do was hand wash the dishes at night. That was one thing. I literally didn't ask him to do anything else during the weekdays. Because otherwise the dishes would just pile up. And even that, by the end of the day, the dishes had piled up. He took an hour to wash the dishes every night. And, he was exhausted. He wanted to just go to bed, and he was stuck with all these dishes. And he had this theory where if there were more dishes than he could fit in the drying rack, he didn't have to do anymore. So sometimes if I had baked something or something during the day, we'd get a backlog of dishes, until the weekend. Because, he only did a drying rack full, which does not include the mixing bowls and things. But hey, it was like survival mode last year. It was ridiculous. So now that we're not surviving, not that we're actually, building a sustainable lifestyle in this new house, I decided I would rather do the dishes and put them away and do them what I feel like is more efficiently than have him do a load of dishes every night. So, I should go more into this in a different video, but I also feel like I should do more, now that my house is nicer and it's set up better and he can make more of an effort to be home because there's not all this driving, I feel like it is more of my duty to do more around the house. I mowed the lawn the other day. I've been doing the dishes instead of him. I'm wanting to step up my game as far as supporting his career by him not having to work at night. He can do extra cool things for school because he doesn't have to do the stupid dishes, that kind of thing. Anyway, I'll get into that in a separate video. But I've been doing that, and I don't like to spend an hour doing the dishes. I don't like to fill the drying rack and then have to dry and then go back to washing. This was crazy. So what I've been doing is doing dishes after every meal. The hand dishes. We have a dishwasher. But the kids' plastic dishes can't go in the dishwasher. And the kids' sippy cups can't go in the dishwasher. And, some of my baking stuff can't go in the dishwasher, So after every meal, I've been trying to do the dishes. So after breakfast, I wait till the baby takes his nap in the morning. I quick do the dishes. After lunch, I wait till everybody's napping in the afternoon. I quick do those dishes. I need to do that when I'm done folding the laundry. Hopefully the baby stays asleep. And after the kids go to bed, I do the dinner dishes. We run the dishwasher at night. We only fill it once a day because that's all the more dishes we use. And then in the morning, either I empty it or my husband empties it, depending on whether he's got some extra time in the morning. And then all the dishes are done, and everybody's happy, and they're all put away exactly how I want them put away, and I don't feel like he's taking extra time. While I'm doing the dishes, he sits at the breakfast bar and, like, works on stuff. You know, kind of low brain function teaching stuff, like looking up videos or looking up graphics for a project or making decorations, stuff like that. And then we can go to bed and nobody's angry and all the dishes are where I want them and it's a good time. So that's like why I've been kind of needing to make a routine, is because there's actually chores to be done at night. There's chores that are more efficiently done at night now. So there I am. I'm in the point of making a routine. It's not solidified yet. Kind of like how I haven't done a house tour yet, because goodness gracious, our house is not ready. Ooh, I hear a baby crying. Not sure what that's about. He was crying like half an hour ago. He usually naps for 2 hours. In the last couple days, he's waking up every like half an hour and crying. And then going back to sleep. I guess I will end my video. I might not go get him because this child, so help me, I always thought I would never be a cry it out person, but this kid, he needs to just be alone and cry a little bit to settle down. I don't know. So I might have to leave him crying, but I don't want anybody to have to listen to a crying baby in the background of a video. So I'll leave it there for now. Just know videos are upcoming. I do have ideas. I just gotta get my life together. But I am enjoying our new house, our new space, coming up with new routines, new ways to be productive at home. I'll see you guys around.